Hi, this is Christina with Treasure Books of Georgia, and I'm here with my 28th journal to do a quick flip through, a little bit of housekeeping. She's 9 inches long, about 6 inches wide, with a 3-inch spine. There are 2 signatures, and the signatures are sewn in with these glass ceramic beads. The cover is a canvas material, and I've added some extra touches, extra buttons on the daisies, and some vintage buttons in the corner to give it a little bit of texture. And also on the back, there's a couple of, I added some interesting embellishments on the back. It's held together with just a white ribbon. And as I mentioned, there are 2 signatures with 120 pages plus pockets and all kinds of ephemera. So let's get started. The very front here, we have a writing board, and just so that it'll be easier to journal, so you can use that to press the pages into. And this is stamped. It's kind of hard to see, but this is my 28th journal. Each one of the signatures are enclosed in a heavyweight black cardstock. The colors of the book are mainly black and white, but there are some other colors in there. I did, and on the front, this is just stamped in a white pigment ink. Same here. Little collage, little journaling card, and a little tuck spot there. And excuse me, the first signature, I did some mixed media, and this looks like a tattoo that's kind of up her neck, which I thought kind of came out cool. There's a little journaling card of a typewriter to match the digital. And here, this is from the 1970s. I just love her handwriting. It's just amazing. And I believe this is German. I'm not quite sure, but it's from the 1970s. It's in a little pocket here that is muslin, and I have done some mixed media on the front of that. Piece of vellum here that I ran through my Big Shot and did some 3D press on there. And this is just from Taperology. It's pretty, but not vintage. Little button, or excuse me, a little card here with a wooden button for a journaling card. And this is packing material that I did some 3D, that I did some modeling paste on. Another digital, I love the digitals in here. I think they're so pretty. And then this is just a piece of lace from a wedding dress, and this is on a letterpress cardstock, and you can either use that for journaling or you can mail it out to someone. Here we have a little waterfall of black and white, and I did a lot of stamping on that, and on each one of the pockets you've got a little journaling card. And again, stamping with the white pigment ink, a little journaling card. And then I've added a little something, cool things take time, good things take time, dream big, you are the best thing, live in the moment, say yes to new adventures. And then you've got an ending one here that says be brave. And lots of pockets there, or pockets and lots of journaling cards. Here, this is from 1940, this envelope, and I just added some modeling paste here, and inside this is from the Bella Grace magazine, and If We Are What We Love, and it just lists some things. Black and white keys, then I am black and white keys on piano, and I just love that. And then there's some space on the back if you wanted to add your own information, and then I'll put that back in a second. A little tuck spot on this envelope. On this side, let your light shine, little pocket here. And this is from the 1900s, 1924. And I just love that picture. Almost sort of like a Bonnie and Clyde kind of thing here. Some just basic ephemera for you to journal on in that. Here I took an envelope and just added some, out of frame a little bit, added some mixed media on there. And then this is from 1965 that they would give to DOE employees to be aware and not to leak any information, vital information. Got a little pocket here that says you got this, and inside an old check from 1940 And that's an original check. And then you've got a couple of other pieces of ephemera. I believe this is just a journaling card, and then just a regular playing card here. And then so you've got 2 tuck spots there, and plus the envelope. And here you've got a little miniature book, which I think is just so cute, and some wax paper and some different other little papers that you can journal on. A little pocket here, and I believe, yes, a little back pocket there, and that just goes right in here. Here, just a little belly band, and you've got this: be kind to all the past versions of you. They are the soul in which you now bloom. And then I just did some stamping on the side, and there's a place for you to journal on the back. And there's a lot of coffee papers, dyed papers in here. Just a regular doily. And a bunch of pockets here, and all kinds of journaling cards in each one of them, which I think is just so cute. And then I added just a little bit of lace there. And then some stamping in the background. Mixed media here, places to journal there. And then I just took one of the digitals, cut out a little small part of it, and made it a little dangle. We've got another little pocket here, and I believe this is just a little picture of a dragonfly there. And you've got some stamping along the page there, along the outside. I love these digitals, they're so pretty. And then our center is printed on thick vellum, just a bunch of letters, and you've got some beads here at the end of it. This was printed on muslin, and just some basic pieces of ephemera, and you've got journaling, little journaling cards, and other fun stuff that goes right in there. And then this is cheesecloth that's been dyed down the side. Some daisy prints, and this is, I think it's either the stickles that I've put on there, and these are just basic journaling cards here for you. And this says, remember this moment. I love how that came out, almost like a little bit of a green effect there. Did some stamping along the cheesecloth here. The other part of that doily, places to journal here and here. And then here, a little snippet that says secrets, and then just some black butterfly cards to journal on. And then these are a couple pieces of ephemera. This is from 1962, and I don't know what it says, Graydon's, but I don't know what kind of store that was. And then this, the report card from 1956. This is just a material pocket, and it says field label, and you've got a little card here. Again, pieces of vintage. This is a life insurance policy premium here, and then this was just Tim Holtz collage material that I put on to cardstock. And then some faux beading down the side. Here you've got a little notebook, a little tuck spot here, some stamping, some coffee dyed material in this little journal, and then you've got a little pocket here. And again, this is the Tim Holtz decoupage, or tissue paper, I guess. Places to journal, the other part of the packing material. And then we've got another typewriter. I think, is there just one? Oh no, there's 2 vintage typewriter prints that go in there. And then the very back, you've got just a little belly band and a little pocket here with some little things you can journal with, and then just a card that says be kind. And that's the end of our first signature. In the center, because I had a little bit of room, I've added this little journaling book, little butterfly there. You've got a little pocket here, and I think at the end, yes, and another little pocket there. Here, oh, this one says life is better with friends, and again we've got the white pigment you're going to fly. And then these little specimen cards. That one was really hard to get in there, but you've got a little tuck spot there. And then I just added some stickles on there and just made that a little tuck spot here, and a little snippet that says beautiful. another little typewriter here. And then I just took probably from some cardstock that I had that had these pictures of these books, and I added these little things along the spine. My life is my message. Dream big, dwell on the possibilities. And then you've got a couple pieces of ephemera in here. Oops. A little typewriter and there. And then this is, let's see. I cannot remember the books I read any more than the meals I have eaten. Even so, they have made me. And I just love that, again, from Abella Grace. And there's places for you to journal. And that just tucks into our little book pocket. A little black and white photo here, reaching for the stars. And then a couple pieces of ephemera here that you can journal with. Here, this was an actual ticket, I believe, here 1972 for a postcard or a money order, excuse me. And then you've got a couple of other little tucks in there. And then some mixed media butterflies down the side. Here I took some washi tape, sewed it onto the page, and then just put that butterfly as a little tuck spot. And you've got a couple of tags there. And here's the other part of that washi tape. Again, I just sewed it down and made a little pocket here. And this is an actual, I believe this was 1952, pilot log. And that just goes, whoops, come back, goes right in there. Next page, we've got a lot of mixed media and splatters, and I added the pink that kind of matched the splatters down the side. It says I can do anything. Another doily, and then I just did a whole bunch of collaging on this and mixed media. You've got a journaling card on the back. Journaling space, it says reserved, and this says seize the day. And then a little tuck spot here. This layaway is from, I think it was 1970. Wasn't sure if I found the date, but it was for a suit. And then this is just a regular ephemera here. I love that journal, or that digital, so pretty. Another little belly band and a little black and white. She's not available today. The wildflowers have summoned her and asked her out to play. And then there's a place for you to journal. And then we've got another corner. Oh my gosh, this is all kinds of stuff. Here is the original paper clip that was on these. This was during World War II, I believe, coupons for food. And this came out of one of the coupon books, and that's the original paper clip. And then a couple of pictures of some ladies and from the I want to say this was the 1940s, mid-40s. And then a couple pieces of ephemera here. But this one is very, very gentle, so I have to be careful with that. Another tag for money order, and then another little journaling space there. And here I printed that on muslin and then did some sewing around it. And these are just regular pieces of ephemera, and a little button that kind of matches all of that. A little snippet that says love. And here in the front is a little snippet that says never give up, and a little card, a little button on it there. And then the back pocket, a member of Alpha Chi. This is the original ephemera for that, and that's 1959. And then a couple of other journaling spaces that are spots that fit into that pocket. And here, this is a copy of the original piece of ephemera. This is a delinquent tax notice, and I think it was, 1932. He was delinquent, what was that, $16? That's just a copy of it. And then just a regular piece of journaling ephemera on there. Some journaling space here. Then our center, our butterflies based on print. And again, you've got some buttons, jewels at the end here. Some glass beads. This was, again, printed on letterpress. A little button there. And here you've got just a couple of journaling spaces here. And then this is a receipt. I think this was the 1970s, a gas receipt. Let's see. 1973. Okay. Oh, and then this is just stamped like the butterflies are coming out of that pocket. And then I took just a piece of like tracing paper and just did some stamping on that. You got a pocket here with some ephemera here. Did some journaling stuff and journaling here. Little butterfly tucked into the side here and here. And this from material that my friend sent me from India, and I just made it into a pocket. And inside, I just love this. I think it's so pretty. You've got some mixed media down the side. It says at every moment of our lives, we all have one foot in the fairy tale and the other in the abyss. And there's a place for you to journal on the back, and it just fits very nicely into this little pocket, which I just love. I think it's so pretty. And a little snippet that says bliss. Again, some more journaling space here. A pocket. This is a little belly band made out of thick vellum. And I tied this on the back of it, or on the front of it. It says, we believe in an ordinary life can be extraordinary. There's beauty and imperfection, and that magic can be found in the everyday. And I love that beauty and imperfection because that's what we do with our journals. And I'll tie that back in a minute. Other part of our doily, more places to journal. Here you have some pieces of ephemera, and I believe this is a copy from 1945 of having received $75 from Eugene Isgar. And that just goes in here in this little butterfly. It says dreams, and then just a little journaling card there. Some mixed media. I just took a stamp and made a journaling card here that says dream. Again, some of that material. Oops, I've paper clipped it. A couple pieces of ephemera here. And then just took a journaling card and did a bunch of collage on it. And then I used, I think this was a Simon Says stamp embossing folder. And it's just this raised beads. It's really cool. Just a little thing here on the side, a little pocket with a daisy. And then another card. I love the way that the white came out on that black paper. Got a little journaling pocket there. And here I took some of the material that I had used for the cover and created a little belly band. And you've got a little tuck spot there. And then this is just a little miniature journaling thing for you here. Very cute. Love it. And some stamping. Anyways, that brings us to the end. Thank you so much for joining. I so appreciate it. This will be listed in my Etsy shop, and I hope that you all have a great week. Thank you. Bye.